What's going on, everybody? It's Thursday. You know what that means. Nick and Steph show, end of the week, getting you prepared for the weekend. All the action. Big Do's going to give you some soccer. I'm going to give you some NBA stuff. The crazy Luka Doncic one-footed three-pointer that beat the Grizzlies last night. That kid.
By the way, did you see the video I sent you of him juggling it like a soccer ball? Then he took a pointer from behind. Like
that kid is disgusting. All right.
that was awesome.
That kid, he shot a three-pointer at the buzzer going towards the rim. I don't understand how this thing went in, but it did, and it went in all net, and they beat the Grizzlies by 1. Luka, you are not of this world. You are a myth. You are a legend that is not human. We're going to get more into him in a second, and we're going to get into some tough
The Knicks could use him.
oh, God, don't stop. We're going to get into some tough I got some things to say about the NBA on the show. The Nets Sixers debacle last night. First of all, before we get started with this, prayers up to LaMarcus Aldridge, who officially announced his retirement today due to an irregular heartbeat. So prayers up to you. Praying that you get healthy, praying you stay healthy. Family is more important than basketball. So get healthy, stay healthy, and he had a great career. At one point in time, that was one of the best big men in the NBA. I mean, the guy was just a walking double-double, 21 and 10, 7-time All-Star. The guy is just, he's what you wanted. He was reliable, he was dependable. And Damian Lillard, who he played in Portland with for like six seasons, said, listen, we need to retire LA's number, man. That guy is a Portland Trailblazer legend, and so they need to do him right. The Spurs also sent out a heartfelt, message upon his retirement. But prayers up to him, man, and I hope that everything turns out well for him. Because in sports, man, you never know. In sports, you never know how things can change and how people's body react to different things. We're gonna get to
Let's go on this. Yep, I'll be talking about that later on and some other NHL stuff.
We're gonna get to the Islanders in a second, but I figured we start the show with sending out our thoughts and our prayers and all that good stuff. And that guy, man, he actually signed with the Nets maybe like a month ago, and turns out he had this whole heart issue. He thought he was actually gonna pass away, but the doctors caught it in time.
Thank God.
Yeah, we're gonna get to them too in a little bit. We're gonna talk baseball on the show today because, there's too much going on in New York, not to right now. Plus, the no-hitter by Carlos Rodon by the White Sox, that was epic. I actually cried watching him get that no-hitter. Like, after all the stuff he's been through, I cried.
I give a lot of Met fans credit though, because I'm kind of surprised because there was something on Facebook or a tweet like, "Oh, 3 in a row," Let's go Met, but most Met, I read the comments. I'm like, let me see. Most of them are like, whoa, hold up. Like, we got a long way to go. And
Yeah.
All right.
While on the other end, the world's ending because their counterparts are 2 games on.
Oh, my Lord.
Well, we're going to get to that, too, in a second because the world's not ending, folks. Just chill. Calm down. I got some solutions.
It's freaking April. Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
Get on the couch with Dr. Martinez. We're going to get you through this, all right? But first, I'm going to say this. So, Brett Favre, okay, Hall of Fame QB, the guy, he got accolades from this Sunday to next Sunday and the Sunday after. The guy is a Hall of Famer, no doubt. Great QB, no doubt. But I think we need to preface the comments by saying what he said to the New York Post and the Daily News. What he said to the New York Post and what he said to the Post? What he said to the Post.
Yeah, the Post
was embarrassing.
Yeah,
embarrassing. And I'm gonna tell you why it's embarrassing, Brett Favre. And you probably won't listen to the show, but I don't give a damn. And I'm just gonna tell you how I feel. And if you do, you can kick rocks. Let me be frank, Big Dog. I want your opinion on this, but let me just get my feelings out, and then you can give your soliloquy, if you will. Brett Favre, what you said is not only idiotic, but it comes across as tone deaf and somebody that doesn't understand what's going on in this country. Now, we've always said that we look up to athletes as role models. We look up to athletes as people that we should be proud to associate our children with, our families with, the loved ones with, whatever. We look at athletes as sports fans, as role models, as heroes, as people we can look up to and get to know and get to feel connected to, as Big Dog likes to say. So when we have civil unrest in this country, and you see an athlete speak out on the civil unrest that is going on in this country, they're humans and they're Americans too. Let's not lose sight of the fact that they have families. They have issues. They go through things just like me and you do, Big Dog, and the rest of our viewers do. And for Big Dog to for Brett Favre to say, "Oh, the game's gotten too political. Let's just stick to sports," bruh, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And the reason why you're an idiot is because players are no longer satisfied with saying, "Let me just stay quiet and I'm gonna just let people talk to me and treat me however they want to talk to me and treat me," because at the end of the day, I'm a human being with rights. Yes, I play sports and I make millions of dollars and I can give donations, but my voice actually matters too. And the stuff that I say and the actions that I show are more of a reflection of what type of person I want to be and am than what type of basketball player or baseball player or football player I am. So, Brett Favre, you need to get ahead with all that bullshit. I'm just saying, you need to get ahead because you sound like a fool. And Big Dog, the floor is yours.
Oh, I echo everything you say. I 100% agree with you. Yeah, Brett Favre, you're a dope. You don't get it.
And I'm not saying that everybody has to agree. Let me just point that out. We all don't have to agree. We can all have differing viewpoints. I'm cool. But for you to tell me that I can't express my viewpoint and how I feel, that's stupid.
Players can't express themselves in whatever way they choose. Let's say they go out and march in a protest, or they want to kneel, during the anthem, or speak about it on social media. However they choose to, they have a right. As Stefan said, they're Americans. They have 1,000% right to speak out on it. What he said was just messed up, absolutely messed up.
He comes across he comes across as like a guy who is entitled.
Yeah,
like entitled to say, "Oh, it's not as political as it used to be." I'm sorry, Brett, but we're not
changing. Times are different now.
We're not living in the 1990s anymore, Brett, or the early 80s.
People, you're going to see it more and more in all sports. People are more outspoken, and yeah, you might see more kneeling or more players out speaking about it outright, whether it's to the media, on their socials, whether Twitter, Facebook, what have you.
Right.
And they have that right. There's nothing that says they can't. They should do it and speak about it.
Right. And not only that, not only do they have the right, and I agree with you, Big Dog, but they have the platform.
Right. Exactly. They should use their platform to do it.
Yeah. So, because when you have a platform and a responsibility to not only the people that look up to you or your fans or your people that you're close to, you also have people that are looking, the media is looking to see what these athletes do and say, to tear them down, to say anything crazy. You see, they're only political when it suits them, okay? And I'm not saying that everybody has to be political, because Michael Jordan wasn't political. He just went out and played basketball, but he chose not to be informed on these issues because that wasn't his level of expertise. Listen, I'm a basketball player. I have no skin in the game. I would like to comment on certain issues, but until I see what's going on and I get a full-fledged view of how things really look, I'm not going to comment on something that I don't have any real knowledge on. And what Brett Favre says is that he don't want to see kneeling and he don't want to see, then you don't want to see the advancement of this country.
Agreed.
That's just what it is.
Plain and simple.
Because is kneeling a controversial issue? Yes, it is a controversial issue. But it's not about the kneeling. It's what the kneeling symbolizes. They're not disrespecting your flag.
Not at all.
And I like the way that they say they're disrespecting my flag. Who the hell left you in charge? Like you some sort of
And a lot of people who say that, sorry to cut you off, but never even fought in the military or fought for this country. I remember, and we talked about it when it first happened on a live stream, I remember, but
right.
We reported that, Kaepernick, all these dudes who chose to kneel, they spoke to military personnel first beforehand and just reiterated to them, like, listen, we respect you. Thank you for serving our country. We just feel like, and they asked, like, what's the most appropriate way to go about this? So even that, they were trying to do it in the most respectful way possible, but also using their platform to go, hey, like, we're trying to bring something to light here.
Right.
Like, they don't hate America. They don't hate the flag. They don't hate the anthem. It's just, they're using that platform to speak out on a very, very serious issue that is still going on for hundreds of years now in this country.
And here's the thing. Okay, now, if they don't get involved in what's happening in this country, if they don't speak up, if they don't use their voices, if they just stay silent, then what do we say? Oh, they're rich. They're a part of the problem. They don't care. They're making millions of dollars. It doesn't affect them. So then they would come across as jocks who are not as conscious about Americans, what's happening in society, because they're all millionaires and they don't experience any issues. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Because if we do stick to sports, then you kill us for not, quote unquote, not caring. And then you rip us a new one for what you say is not caring. So it's like, which one is it?
And also, too, and me and you have spoken about this, I think, on the air and off.
Right.
We've been to many sporting events throughout our life.
Right.
When do a lot of people at sporting events, what do they normally do? They're not in their seats, or they're getting food, or they're going to the bathroom, or whatever. Like
an adult.
Now all of a sudden you care about the anthem and the flag. Like, come on now.
And that's why, to me, I'm going to say something controversial here, and I don't know if you agree with this, but I would get rid of the national anthem at sporting events.
I agree with that. I would only play it like during the Super Bowl, the World Series,
or an NBA Finals. Cool.
Or Stanley Cup Final. Yep.
I'm with you. You want to play it during a marquee game, a marquee moment, I'm cool. But I don't need to see the national anthem being played for all 162 baseball games, all 82 NBA games, all 16 NFL games, because all it does is stir the pot and bring more divisiveness. And it's like, what are we even doing here? Like, when did sports became political? When we allowed it to become political, when we didn't understand the climate in which people are speaking out about. It wasn't a white or black thing or political thing. It was like, yo, I have a platform and I'm going to speak on certain issues because of my platform. Like Brett Favre has a platform. Brett Favre chose to use his platform to say, hey, this is the way I feel. And I'm not going to say Brett Favre shouldn't feel a certain way. Feel any way you want. You're entitled to your opinion.
But we disagree with him.
But I'm entitled to tell you.
But you have the right to say that. But then why, when someone protests during the anthem or whatever, during whatever situation, then it's not a good thing.
So
or bad or
what makes your right much better?
Or non-American. That's another thing. So
and that's what I think is was wrong with everything today. There's no wrong or right.
Everyone has a right to free speech.
Exactly.
And First Amendment right.
And when you talk about, what sports has to do with this, sports has to do with it because you got baseball pulling the All-Star game. You got the NBA pulling the All-Star game a couple years ago due to the LGBTQ laws in Charlotte.
Yeah.
So when you tell me oh, it's not a political statement. It kind of isn't, but it also kind of is, because it's like, look at the people that are enforcing these laws that are supposed to serve and protect us as government officials, but are doing things against us to make us feel like, we can't trust these dudes. You know what I mean? Like, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. So shout out to Brett Favre for giving them some material to talk about. Thank you, Brett. If you want to say anything else, you can tweet us at Nick and Steph 3C. We appreciate you. You just gave us the opening dialogue for our show. So please say more uninformed shit so we can come back and kill you for it. Thank you. Speaking of informing people with a lot of good stuff, let me just say this real quick, and I'll let you, go on for a second. But I got news for people who say that, the Brooklyn Nets, we understand what the Brooklyn Nets are doing. We appreciate what the Brooklyn Nets are doing. And, I understand James Harden's out with a hamstring, so he gets a pass. He gets a pass. I understand that. I also understand what they're doing with Kevin Durant. So them two get a pass. But my thing is not with them, with the Brooklyn Nets. My thing is with Stephen A. Smith. So Stephen A. Smith hops on his Instagram. Come on. I'm you know what? I'm even gonna tag you in this so you can see me coming again. I'm gonna tag you in this so you can see me coming at you. Oh, the Brooklyn Nets. You see this? This is BS. They shouldn't be sitting out games. Idiot. Kevin Durant just missed a month with a hamstring injury. They got him on a minutes restriction. If he blows out his hamstring and misses the playoffs, you'll be the first one screaming, why'd you have Kevin Durant playing back-to-backs? Why he ain't being responsible with his minutes? Why we ain't doing this? Why we ain't doing that? Oh, Blake Griffin. Why he ain't out there with his knee? If Blake Griffin tears up his knee, you be the first one screaming, the Brooklyn Nets ain't managing these players right. They keep getting hurt. They keep going down. You an idiot, bruh. You an idiot.
Most of these guys are on TV. That's the beautiful thing, as you said, last week? But you said it a few times. That's what's great about our show. Like, a lot of guys on TV, first of all, don't know what they're talking about, give out misinformation.
Right.
You pointed that out to me a bunch of times. I've noticed it as well.
Right.
And hypocritical, because like that, Stephen A. That is something he definitely say,
bro. So I'm like, okay, you can tell me about Durant, but bruh, there's a reason why LaMarcus Aldridge ain't with the Nets, bruh. He's been getting consulted by doctors to figure out what the next step is to see if he's gonna live or die. He had a heart thing, and for you, LaMarcus Aldridge ain't playing, or this one ain't playing, and Kyrie might not play, dude. Why you acting like it's all about you? Your selfish attitude towards all of this is the reason why people don't like your ass.
Or that show, I think. I would love to know what the ratings have been for that show over the past.
They get good ratings. They get good ratings, but I'm saying, but that's why they say the stuff they say, because people are gonna watch it, people are gonna tune in, people are gonna hear them say crazy shit, and it's like, oh, Stephen A. says something else crazy. Let's get reaction. Let's get reaction off of what he says. Let's create clickbait for somebody else. You come across as a fool, bruh. Because if any of those players got hurt on Brooklyn last night, you'd have been the first one on First Take this morning talking about this one needs to be fired. Steve Nash needs to be fired or let go or whatever. Bruh, shut the hell up. From me and the majority of sports fans I know, do yourself a favor and shut the hell up. Thank you. You can come at me, Stephen A. Smith. Again, the show's at Nick and Steph 3C. Holla at your boys. We right here. And I'm tagging you and I'm tagging your boy Brett Favre. Y'all both getting tagged when this post goes up on Twitter later on today. So we right here. We ain't going nowhere. Y'all both idiots. So thank you. All right, I'm off my soapbox. You can have it.
Yeah, but he's a dope. Both of them, him and Max.
I mean, good Lord. Oh, why they ain't playing? Why ain't out there? Dopey. He just came back off a hamstring injury, and you knew he was going to be on a minutes restriction. Or did you not know that? For all those sources you claim to have, you seem to be real misinformed about what's happening in Brooklyn, but you be the first one to hop on the bandwagon if they win the chip.
He's a Knicks fan, no?
He's a fan of whoever's. But
come on, say it.
He's a fan of whoever's bandwagon he could ride to make himself look good. He ain't no fan, because when the Heat were good, all the Miami Heat, South Beach, South Beach, South Beach, South Beach. Then it's like the Lakers are good. Oh, I'm here in La. I'm here in LA. LeBron. What Knick fan are you, bruh? You ain't at the Garden. You ain't no. They don't even like your ass in the Garden. If James Dolan could throw you out of the Garden, he would. Take your fucking George.
You even go to Knick games like when it's pre-COVID? Was he at the Garden?
He could take his George Jefferson looking ass haircut and go somewhere. Go back to the 70s with your George Jefferson looking ass. Looking like, come on, man. I want to hear you. Oh, I was in the Garden. Bro, you don't even go to the Garden. You go to wherever everybody's good so you can ride and be like, oh, I go to where the good games are. But you ain't a Knick fan, bro. You ain't a Knick fan. You ain't living dying when we play in New Orleans and we 2 games over 500. The whole world celebrating. Where the hell you at? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. But the moment we get some stars.
Only when it's popular, right? Because when the Knicks blew the draft lottery, you made
we got wrong. RJ, we should have picked Zion. Excuse me. RJ Barrett over the last 25 games is averaging 21, 6, and 6. Shut the hell up and go somewhere. Your dumb ass. That's right, I said it. I can sound like an idiot for $10 million. Shit, I can sound like an idiot for free. I can do what you do for free. In fact, I do what you do for free, but I'm more informed than your ass. And he is too. Yo, dumb ass. Go somewhere. Like, I'm done. I came out like firing today because you're enough of this idiot. I'm done with him. And then everything is yelling. Why you gotta yell, bro?
All the time.
You can't speak like a human being? What, you gotta preach? Anyway. People are so goddamn stupid. The NFL's in the betting business officially today. They announced partnerships with, I believe it was Caesars Palace and a few others, pro sports books. So they're officially in the gambling business, according to Mr. Adam Schefter. Not that they weren't in the gambling business before, because
you know.
But it's official now. NFL's in bed with Vegas and all the gambling people. Big Dog, how do you feel?
I have no comment. I feel like gambling's ruining sports. If you want my hot take.
Hey now.
I think I've said, well, off the air, we've spoken about it a lot. I don't know if I've said it on the show, but yeah, I think like I'm not a big gambler. I'm not into it. Sports to like it just ruins it. Like that's why so many people too like root for teams or root for players to do like because it's all there's no because again me being the fan on the show,
right?
Like I love the fan aspect of it and the fan love first, not who's gonna win me money. But I guess I'm different, so whatever. But
ain't nothing wrong with trying to make a couple dollars, but.
No, I'm not against it. I just, if you want to gamble, then
no, do your thing. But like the fan aspect does take a hit because we stop caring about what the fans actually want to see as opposed to what.
And especially for football, like fantasy too, like because like for example, at MetLife, like on the concourses in the stadium, there's a bunch of TVs, and you'll see people gathered with whatever jerseys are on, not Jets, or even in the stands too, like they're watching the scoreboard, like, oh, what players are good and what
Right.
bet on and
right, yeah, right. Come on, get on your soapbox, bro. I just finished ranting for 20 minutes. Help me out, even it out.
You want me to rant too?
Even it out.
I hate it though.
Oh, real quick, one more final rant. I swear, this is what pisses me off is happening early. Mel Kiper Jr. Look at you. My mouse even agrees you're an idiot.
We were talking about the other day, right? What he said?
No. He said something else stupid. Idiotic.
I think that's like an everyday thing for him.
Oh, but we got top five quarterbacks in this draft. You can't lose. Really?
I was thinking it today too.
I just heard of three of these quarterbacks like last week. How can't we lose? Who are the top five can't miss quarterback prospects in this draft? Oh, we got a bunch of we got a bunch of game changers in the draft. I honestly think he says this shit just to make people like you and me just look at him like he got steaming turds hanging from his mouth. That's what I really believe. Because you are another.
On TV, man, it's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, sometimes I sit here and wonder, like, how the fuck did you get a job?
And I used to be all in on those sports shows. So are you. But like after years, and you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck am I watching this for?
Yeah.
These guys are
dope. Yeah.
Morons.
Like, honestly, yo, we could literally sit here on this live stream and spew shit for 2 hours and make ourselves seem smart. We could do the same shit. We really could. And it's all opinion based anyway.
Right.
But, like, you looked at a guy, you looked at his measurables. He's like, oh, I like his measurables. He has good
I like his speed. I like his this. I like his
arm. He's going to be good at the NFL level. He can read defenses.
Then the guy ends up sucking.
Bruh, you were all on Sam Darnold's jock strap before he came out. Sam Darnold going to be the future.
He still is, but
Sam Darnold going to be the future of the NFL.
Oh my goodness. Upset with the Jets. I mean, he was the dumbass that thought, oh, let's keep Zach Wilson and Darnold on the same roster.
Get the hell up out my face, that hot shit, bro. Like, who are you?
That's smart.
And it's like you can't tell him. Like, sometimes I could wish I could go to him and be like, yo, Mel Kiper, you're an idiot. You know that? I wish I could just walk up to him with his 80 slip and go, you an idiot. Sometimes I wish I could, like, in all seriousness, because I would so do it. I would so do it. Because the level of irresponsibility that these dudes show on TV, just spewing this bullshit, I'm like, bruh, no wonder why nobody likes you. Because you're always wrong. And then here's another one. The Cleveland Browns made they had the best free agent act. I'm like, bruh, I'm a Cleveland Brown fan. Can you not? Can you not do this?
What do you think about that? And then I'll share a story with you guys.
What do I think about what? Jadeveon Clowney?
Yeah.
I'm not moved. It is what it is. Just be productive. Be consistent. Do what you do, bro. But I ain't moved. If it helps Miles from stop getting double teamed, hallelujah. I'm in. I'll let your boys, but till I see you get on the football field and your knee actually doesn't hurt, and you can go out and hit somebody. Then I'm good. Then I'm on. What's the story you got?
No, me and James were texting back and forth about it. He was like, because I didn't really want Clowney. I felt, what's one superstar defensive lineman going to do for us? So I send him the tweet from Shefty that, you guys signed him. He goes, we could have done that. And I said I didn't want him. Then he goes, who do we have? I said nobody, but I didn't want Clowney. And then he's like, there's no one else you need. Stop being so picky. It's a 1-year deal. Would have been gone by this time next year. Well, then why would we get him? I said, I guess, but I just, and we went on. But I'm like, I don't know. Am I crazy for thinking that? I don't know. I'm like, what's one superstar guy who's going to get, who's injury prone, and he's kind of a dirty player. I really didn't want him on my team. What's Jadeveon Clowney going to do for the Jets next year?
Well, you need real talent. Jadeveon Clowney doesn't solve your issues. Where Jadeveon Clowney might help the Browns.
That's what I mean.
Where Jadeveon Clowney might help the Browns is
right. Like that's a team that could use him.
You might be able to help Miles not get double teamed. You know what I'm saying? Like you might be able to save him some double teams. You might be able to, you got what's his name in the middle now that we got from Philly? Malik Jackson, which I'm happy with. So it's like, all right, the defense looks good. And if Jadeveon got anything left in the tank, then shit. We riding that all the way possibly to the AFC Championship game. But that's if he has something left in the tank, because the defense has to give you something where you really have some talent. Like you have some, okay, Miles is going to not be double teamed. You can have this one do this, and the secondary appears better. But for me, the key is with the Browns, like every other football team, if Baker has a bounce back year and has another solid year, then we in business. But if Baker takes a step back, then it's all the same shit. To be honest with you, but that's just me. I have people like, damn, you so hard on your teams. I'm like, I'm not hard on my teams. I don't want to fall for the Kool-Aid, because then you're like,
But the Browns will be exciting again, though.
Well, they will. But I'm not. Of course, you have the 100 reasons why, the 100 things you need to know before you die as a Brown fan. You read that book and you'll end up with PTSD. So thanks, Big Dog. That was a very, very well thought out Christmas gift, because I got PTSD now. The goddamn Browns.
Yeah, try being a Jet fan for 20-something years and see how that goes. Been a Brown fan for 3 years now, or 2 years.
Gonna be 3 this football season.
Yeah, it don't matter. Haven't experienced the full scars yet.
Oh, I will. But I know I will, because I root for the Knicks. If anybody knows anything about scars, it's me.
Yeah.
I get it. But nah, man, I want to get into something else too really quick. And I want to know what you think about this. And it goes back to something we spoke about, on last week's show, and then I think Monday's show we touched on it a little bit. You know what's wrong with American sports? And I'm gonna go here. You can compare with soccer and hockey, because I want your comparisons, because those are the sports that you enjoy watching. And But I feel like we shoot soft in American sports. Everybody's too lovey-dovey in American sports. There's no real, rivalries in American sports. It's everybody, we love each other. You know what I mean? And my whole thing is cool. These guys all work out together. It's all about the money anyway. Get your money. It's all good. But I love what Reggie Miller said the other day to Nick Fidel of ESPN. He said, if Michael Jordan would have recruited me to Chicago, I would have told him to go fuck himself. And I said, well, damn, Reggie, I didn't like you back then, but I damn sure like you now. Because how many times do we got to see this with football teams, with baseball teams, with basketball teams? Yo, come play with us. Like, can you compete? I mean, for the love of, can you show me some heart and compete? Can you not go team up because it's easy and like, come on, man.
Right.
Like when Reggie Miller gave that quote, I was like, yo, that's beautiful. Because the first person I thought of was you. I was like, that's the type of quote Big Dog would have been like, you know what, Reggie Miller, my new favorite basketball player, even though I don't watch it.
Yeah.
Big Dog would have been
100%.
Big Dog would have
did the same thing. Like if a player I didn't like in the league or someone tried to recruit me to a rival team, yeah, okay. Go over there with that. No way. I'm not doing that. The fuck out of here. That's the thing too that pisses me off with, like, I'm a football guy, but it, like, each year
recruiting people and come play with us and shit like that.
First of all, the Jets suck so bad, so it's been hard to get excited.
Well, Jamal did recruit Le'Veon, and that didn't go.
And then look what happened. So both of them wanted to leave, which I don't blame them because
within fucking 4 months of being recruited, we both out. Okay, I'm gone, bro.
And we let Bell nothing, and I mean, Joe D did a good job with the Jamal trade, but whatever. But yeah, after the games, like Cowboys and Giant players hugging, or Bears and Packers players, like, come on, bro. Jesus Christ. It's like respectful rivalry, man. God. Gotta hate each other, man.
At least a little bit.
Yeah, like shit.
At least a little bit. Like, that's why I kind of like this whole Yankees-Rays rivalry. Although the Rays been whipping our ass, I kind of like the fact that the little engine that could Tampa Bay Rays don't like us. I'm good. And I kind of side with Tampa because the Yankees have been bullies for like the last 20 years in that division. Good, Tampa. Stand up for yourself.
No one likes the Yankees.
And I wouldn't either if I wasn't a Yankee fan, but I was indoctrinated, so I got to kind of be here now. But it's like I kind of respect teams that feel like, we got to have a chip on our shoulder. Like, I'm going to tell you something right now. And you know me, I'm not big into rivalries, but oh my Lord, I cannot wait for the Dodgers and Padres to start on Friday night. I'm staying up for all 3 games of that weekend series. I do not care. You can pull me away from the TV, but I will not go. I will not leave. I will listen. I don't care. I'm excited to watch the Padres and Dodgers square off this weekend and go to bat with each other. I kind of want to see a fight. I kind of want to see a brawl. I kind of wanted things to get chippy early. I want somebody to say something spicy because I want that rivalry and that feeling of, hold up, bro. We don't like you and you don't. Nah. It's beautiful when you don't like each other.
It should be SoCal rivalry. You're 2 hours away.
You right there.
Yeah.
The Dodgers been beating you like a.
They get all the accolades. They're in Los Angeles. They just want a chip. They've been in the World Series a gazillion times.
Yeah, Mookie Betts back to murdering people. Justin Turner. Yeah, they got stud pitching with Buehler and Kershaw still throwing nasty knuckle pieces at like almost 90. It's disgusting.
Oh, by the way, he did an interview with Jimmy Kimmel the other night, and he showed off his ring. The World Series, first of all, it's huge. But, oh my God, it's so cool.
Yeah. No, the thing about the Dodgers is they're disgustingly deep. I was talking to Razor this, like they just went and swept the Nationals with no Bellinger, with no Betts. Just like, take this sweep in your neck piece. Hold up, fam. Like, so we just gonna sweep the Nationals? Like, word? Like that? All right. Okay, like like the Dodgers are like that bully, man. It's like, damn, bro. Like, let other people play. It's not fair. Like,
And they
damn.
usually win the division by like a bunch of games, right?
What again now? They got they're already like 9-2, and the San Diego's like 4.5 back already, and the season's not even 2 weeks old. I'm like, yo, fam, this shit's gonna be over by like the All-Star break, dog. I'm like, damn, what the hell? Like, wow. Dodgers are a cheat code, bro. That's not fair.
Yeah, like when you cheat in MLB The Show, but
Whoa! Whoa! Yo, I can't wait. Speaking of MLB The Show, 21 comes out next week. Oh. I'm gonna be in my glory. The early release is tonight, but I didn't really want to spend $80 on the early release, so I'm gonna just wait till it comes out like the rest of the general population. But for that week, I don't want to hear from nobody. I don't want to be engaged with nobody. The only time that you will be seeing my face is on this lovely stream here. Oh man, I know you got some interesting hockey and soccer stuff to get into, so let's get into it, man.
Yep. Islanders Bruins tonight. We'll start off there, and then we'll go.
Oh, nice.
We'll go around the league. Just some statistics. Isles 5-0 against the Bruins this year. The goals scored between the two. The Islanders have scored 17 goals. The Bruins have only scored 8. Power play percentage, 18.2 for the Islanders and 15.4. So we have a better power play percentage against them.
And they've been you guys like real problem this year, right? Like your real bugaboo. Or you said that was Pittsburgh. Oh, it was Pittsburgh.
No, Pittsburgh. We only beat them 2 out of 8 times, which that was not really great. But no, Bruins were undefeated, 5-0 against them this year.
Whoa!
And Kyle Palmieri this year versus the Bruins, 6 games played, 5 goals, 1 assist, +7 rating. So glad we got him for the night because he's been a Bruin killer, that guy. He scores a lot against them when he was with New Joyce. So
nice.
Great addition. He scored the other night against the Rangers. So he scored his first goal, but Zajac is waiting for his first. And first of all, you want to talk about our division? Goaltending. Semyon Varlamov, 16-8-3 his record is, 2.21 goals against. And his save percentage, .922 and 4 shutouts. Ilya Sorokin, 11-3-1 as a rookie. 11 wins. I mean, unreal.
Wow. Hot damn.
He has a better goals against average than Varlamov, 2.17. Save percentage, .915 and 2 shutouts. Which, for a rookie that's playing in the first time in the NHL, I mean, he's in the toughest division in the league. He's playing lights out.
Do that work, young man. Do that work.
Yeah.
Hot damn.
But yeah, we just got to play our way on the hockey tonight. Do what we got to do and take care of business. Should be interesting playing against Taylor Hall now that he's on the Bruins. Playing on that second line with David Krejci. So we'll see. And they're talking about our third line. It's looking like that line, first of all, played great the other night with Pajot, Zajac, and Palmieri. So that's probably going to stick around.
Right.
Although Barry here and there likes to shuffle things, but, for the most part, everything stays pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Austin Matthews, your boy, to miss Thursday's game versus Winnipeg with an injury. So he is listed as day-to-day. when asked if it was a reoccurrence of a wrist injury from earlier in the season, Leafs coach Sheldon Keefe said it's similar but not the same. Keefe said the injury is not expected to keep Matthews out for long.
See, what does that even mean? It's similar but not the same. Is it different or not? Why do we got to get so damn? And this is I'll be critical of my own fellow journalist here because I mean, good Lord, it's similar but not the same. What does that even mean?
That's how it was reported. This is from ESPN.
I know that's how it was reported because I saw the call and I was like, the first thing I thought of was like, bruh, can you tell me what that means? It's similar but not the same. Is it different or not?
Matthews stepped on the ice for the morning skate but left before the session began. He leads the NHL with 32 goals and is tied for fourth in the league scoring with 53 points. He's on a tear. But yeah, that injury, not good for Toronto as now they got Nick Foligno and their new additions. They're trying to keep the lead in that North Division, which, I mean, they probably will. I can't see them losing it. But they're getting hyped, though. They're getting very hyped up. I've seen. Yeah. I don't know. We both know how that ends, but whatever.
Yeah, that's why I said don't get too excited yet because we kind of already know how this is going to go. We're going to
go nation, fire it up.
Check
all the boxes. We're going to do this is our year. All right. We'll see there. The Vancouver Canucks game against the Edmonton Oilers on Friday will be postponed, a source confirmed to ESPN. The news comes one day, after Vancouver forward JT Miller delivered passionate remarks saying his team was being rushed back after a COVID outbreak, adding that it is dangerous to a lot of players. What we're being asked to do is not going to be too safe, if you're asking me, Miller told reporters on Wednesday. Sportsnet first reported on Friday's postponement. It's still unclear whether Saturday's Canucks game against the Maple Leafs will be played after the Canucks hadn't played since March 24th. The NHL originally scheduled them to play their final 19 games in 31 days, delaying the end of the North Division regular season. The NHL has to be very careful, especially with Vancouver having 25 players on the COVID protocol list. And many of them actually had a lot of they were really struggling with COVID. So they got to play this safe and be extremely careful. And
right, real quick, and Major League Baseball, speaking of COVID, I just want to take this here one second. The fact that the Astros and Tigers played a series this weekend when you had 5 players out due to COVID, they had some serious guys out due to COVID. Now, I'm not sure if it was clear that it was all due to the vaccine, which was found out later. But the fact that we all thought 5 Astros had COVID and we still played this shit, why are we even here? Like, even players on the Astros are like, yo, why
they had like a side effect right after the vaccine.
Yeah, why we play? And no, but they didn't know that at the time. They thought they came down with the actual vibe. Like, yo, why are we playing this game? Why are we even here?
Right, just to take precaution.
What are we doing, bruh? How you gonna tell me it's all about player safety and then you're gonna put me out there? First of all, I'm undermanned. I don't have my starting second baseman, my starting third baseman, my starting DH, my starting catcher, my starting first baseman, and you expect me to go win a game? What? Bruh. Some of these leagues are getting reckless just to say, hey, we're just gonna try to get through the season. Like, this shit is real, bro. Like, didn't we have enough of this with the Phillies and the Nationals last year and the whole outbreak with the Marlins and the Phillies?
The Nationals this year because the Mets' first series was postponed. So,
yo, like, people are crazy, bro. It's like, come on, man.
A little bit.
Did I read something right? Well, a couple of days ago, it was something like 18 Canucks on the COVID list at one point for the.
Well, the most they had was 25.
Well, hot damn. How, bro? How is their season not even just cold? Like, yo, it's done. Like,
It should be because they ain't making the playoffs.
it's done. Just call their season, bro. Like, that's it. Like, the teams.
And there's the one of the variants that are going around British Columbia and particularly in Vancouver.
Yeah.
That's,
I'm going to tell you this.
Hard.
I'm going to tell you this. Tell me if you agree with me or not. Like, if you're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, you should not be playing games. Like, your season should stop wherever it stops. So if it's at like 54 or if it's at like 50 and you know you ain't making the playoffs and you got a chance to expose somebody else or yourself to COVID, right, don't play any more games, bruh.
And what I thought they might do is go by point percentage, like what they did,
because that's what makes most sense.
I don't think they're gonna do. I think they're gonna try and play out the entire full schedule, even if they have to extend it, just to for every team to get to 56 games.
For what? You already know the teams that are making it in for the most part, though, right? You might have to find out who the wild cards are and stuff like that, but you can do that.
In certain divisions, right? You know who's not going to make it.
Yeah, so the teams that you know ain't going to make it, get them ready for the lottery early and tell them, yo, it's been a nice season. Go home. You know what I mean? Because what if one of those that, God forbid, they're not playing for nothing, they want to go out and party and they expose somebody else because they want to be immature and they want to go out because their season's already over and you endanger somebody that's a playoff team that actually has a shot to win it, but one of their players get COVID and it spreads through them. What happens to them?
Right.
Their season's done because you want to be immature and foolish? I'm just saying. I'm not saying that happens, but that's kind of like, yo, that's kind of selfish, Duke. On some like, yo, your season's over. You suck. Go home. Go home. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
New York Islanders close to selling out season tickets for first season at UBS Arena Day.
Whoa! Hey now!
Nearly 6 months before the opening of their new arena, the New York Islanders are reporting they have nearly sold out season tickets for the first season in their new home.
That's crazy.
UBS Arena being built next to the racetrack at Belmont Park with an expected capacity of 17,000 for hockey, has sold more than 90% of its season tickets. The Islanders announced Thursday the upper level and terrace are sold out, as well as 8 sections in the lower bowl. With just a few months before puck drop in the fall, it's exciting to see the demand for season tickets continue, said Mike Cosentino, the Islanders' senior vice president of sales. We're well on the way towards selling out every Islanders game of UBS Arena's inaugural season.
Start calling because there ain't gonna be no tickets left by the time you want to get up in there, bro. You better start calling, bro. You better be like, "Hey, yo, I'm trying to get in the building. Can y'all help me?"
Once those tickets first go on sale for opening night,
no, I heard like 75% of those already they're expecting it to sell out that morning. Like they're not as soon as they put them on sale. Like officially, like the season ticket holders already got their dibs, but when they put it on sale the week, like a couple weeks before opening night, they're like, "Nah, you ain't getting in there, bro." I asked somebody, I was like, "Cause what if I want to go with a friend of mine?" They're like, "Bro, you better find out now, cause they're going, bro." I remember like people were saying the same thing about the Knicks next year. Like, yo, tickets to Knicks games next year. If the Knicks keep this up with this trajectory, with it, like people see it incline, like people see them getting better and better and better. Like you ain't getting in the garden. If you broke, you ain't getting in the garden,
bro. Sabres captain Jack Eichel will miss the remainder of the season because of a herniated disc in his neck. No, not good. The team made the announcement Wednesday, adding that Eichel is expected to be healthy and ready to play next season. So we hope he gets better because that's quite scary.
Get better, Mr. Eichel, so they can trade you to a contender for a nice package of picks.
Yeah, he deserves it, man. That guy's a sick talent. Oh my! First of all, can you imagine if the NHL is at the Olympics next year? Now we're still not going to be better than Canada, but we're going to be close because Austin Matthews, Eichel, Anders Lee, bunch of other American players.
Well, as the kids like to say, well, hot damn.
Ron Nelson, Nick Leddy.
Hot damn. Like, okay. Yo, Canada, we coming for you, fam. We want all your Canadian bacon and Molson smoke. We see you.
Canadian bacon sounds good right now with some eggs and coffee.
On a burger?
Little Tim Hortons.
Oh, Canadian bacon on a burger? Oh.
Or on toast.
Oh, what are you doing to me?
Damn, know what I'm dying for? Cracker Barrel.
Oh,
They don't have any here.
They're all in bumfuck, right?
In the middle of nowhere when people are driving to wherever on a road trip.
Oh,
yeah. Some soccer news, and then we'll get up on that. Oh, one more football thing. I don't know if you heard today, but the schedule will be officially and released after the draft. They don't know when exactly yet. I'm going to guess sometime in like middle of May.
But the schedule's already released. We already know. You already know.
Well, I mean, like with the date and time.
Yeah, but
it's cool. I mean, well, the Jets are going to suck. For everybody else,
Doug's like after week 3.
Yeah, I'm out.
Check out for the season.
I can already tell you who we're probably going to get. We're probably playing Tampa Bay at least one of those 3 games. We'll probably get New England and somebody. Hold on, let's.
Yeah, knowing your luck, it'll happen that way.
I'll tell you who we're playing this year.
Oh man, hot damn.
Okay, so where are you? Okay. So at home, we got, the 3 divisional teams, obviously, but Jacksonville, Tennessee, Cincy, Tampa, New Orleans, and Philly. Then on the road, besides...
Whoa. Go back.
We got at home the 3 usual divisional teams. Then Jacksonville, Tennessee, Cincy, who might be better, Tampa... and Brady kills us at home. New Orleans and Philadelphia.
Well, all I have to say, young man, is I'll be praying for you.
I mean, the season's done after like week 3 or 4. I mean, it's a wrap. The away schedule, the 3 usual division teams, we got Denver, Indy, who we played last year in Indy, Houston, Atlanta, and then we got to go see Sammy and the Panthers.
That's gonna feel real good.
All right, we're gonna play those at least 3 or 4 games. We probably got Tampa and Carolina thrown in there for sure, and they'll probably throw the Carolina game in there later, like the anticipation for the ass whooping that's gonna happen.
Yo, over under 400 yards.
Oh, over. It ain't even close.
Well, goddamn.
Robbie's gonna have like 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, knowing your luck, him and
Maybe 3, and McCaffrey will have 2.
Oh, goddamn.
Like there'll be little passes out in the flat, and he'll run for like 90 yards.
Well, if the Panthers make the playoffs in Sam's first season,
good for him.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna get on this show and be like,
I'm gonna say we didn't need him.
I'm just to the point. Like, yo, it's done. How do you let that, if that kid lights it up, you know how crazy Jet fans are gonna be looking at this kid light it up, going, why can't we do that for him? Why can't we get him some talent? Why did we hire a guy that looks like a serial killer as our head coach?
Yeah, killer. That was one of the drops on the game show.
Oh my god, yo, he looks like a he looks like a yo. I'm like, yo, fam.
He looked like a whack job. I mean, he still does, but you know.
I don't. He damn sure does. That's crazy.
A little bit, a bit.
Yo, Salah, do me a favor, fam. Help this guy. I mean, for the love of God, just help this guy. Anyway, get to your soccer, man, so we can get on out of here.
Yeah, we got Boston in 8 minutes.
You're looking at him, looking at the clock, like, yo, we gotta go.
Listen, big divisional game here.
I hear you, bro.
Listen to this one. Jose Mourinho has said he knows the reasons behind Tottenham's inability to close out matches, but claimed he may never make them public. What the fuck does that even mean? Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
And then he had the audacity to go, "Oh, our Champions League hopes are still alive. We can make the top 4."
Oh. So when did coaches started speaking in Da Vinci Code? Oh, I know what our problems are, but I'm not going to share them with the media. Obviously, you don't know what the problems are because your team still sucks. You don't know what the problems are because they're still losing games. You had to love that quote. You had to be like, oh, this
I laughed. I was like, but like that annoying kind of like pissed off, like you gotta be shitting.
I can see you now. You know what?
Spurs have dropped 18 points from winning positions this season. The latest setback coming last weekend after leading Man U 1-0, only to suffer a 3-1 defeat.
Oh, you gotta feel beautiful. Oh, I know what our issues are. I just won't tell you. What?
What the fuck?
What?
And he takes no blame. He doesn't want to take his because I'm the God Almighty, and I'm the greatest coach that the Premier League has ever seen.
Here we go with that bullshit.
Which ain't true, but
He sounds like Phil Jackson towards the end with the Knicks. So I run the almighty triangle. You cannot question me. I'm basketball Jesus. You like, bruh, get on my face. You make me sick.
Real Madrid end up knocking out Liverpool. No trophies at all for Liverpool this year.
Your coaches get fired, yes.
He's got a contract till 2024.
They don't care. They're rich. They'll pay it off.
That's true. And LeBron has a say because he's a minority owner, so I wonder if
LeBron's like, hey, well, my ankle piece is healing. I need you to do me the 2 favors. You need to fire this dope that's a head coach. And you need to get me back to winning, because if you don't, I'm going to just sell my share. By the way, speaking of LeBron, I don't know if we talked about this on the show, but LeBron is now a part owner of the Red Sox.
Really?
I don't know if you heard about that. Yeah. Like,
he's a supposed Yankee fan?
I mean,
he's a fraud. Come on. Are you shitting me?
I'm not lying.
People. Yeah, he's a Yankee fan. Then he was wearing a Cleveland Indians hat and a jersey in the World Series in 2016. Come on.
Now you see him walking around with a LA Dodger fitted on. I'm like, LeBron, you.
Their hats are nice though. I have one too.
By the way, did you see the World Series ones with the gold emblem in the?
No.
Oh,
yeah, I love the LA logo. Oh my god.
Los Angeles, yes. Nah, so yeah, he's a part owner of the Red Sox. I was like, kind of fraudulent there, LeBron, but okay.
Man City knocking out Dortmund 2-1. This could maybe be I think it could be a Man City. So I think it could be a Man City Real Madrid final. I think they're the two best teams left. A lot of people say PSG too, but I don't know. I don't think they have enough depth. Chelsea beats Porto. PSG knocks out Bayern. Crazy. So in the semifinal matchups are Real Madrid and Chelsea and PSG Man City. That should be intriguing. I'm telling you, if Jose Mourinho don't get fired after this year, I don't know. How? Come on, man. Your players hate him. You haven't had any success.
Right.
He says the most idiotic shit I've ever heard. Takes no credit for losing. Throws his players under the bus publicly to the media. I don't know. I give up.
But you know what it is, too? It's like you allow him to do that. Like, management allows him to do
because of the name. It's like, yo, you got to take credibility.
The fact that management doesn't come up and say, hey, man, you're publicly excoriating your players and throwing them under the bus for what? I don't like. Who named you the soccer god? Who named you the soccer?
Maybe years ago you were, but the game has passed by you. You gotta go.
I feel the same way about a couple guys though, but I'll leave that for another day. But you know, it's just like we gotta stop living off of reputation alone, because eventually that runs out too.
Like you said, it was like Phil Jackson. Like everyone was all hyped, and then what happened?
Same thing with Phil. Same thing with. Here's the other thing too. It's not only Phil Jackson. It's guys like John Gruden with the Raiders.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work out either.
I mean, when you give a guy 10 years and you basically have to overpay him to get you to take the job, bro, he didn't want the job.
They gave him that money. I mean,
they gave him that, bro. We know you don't want to coach, but here's $100 million to make you at least front.
The high life out in Vegas. Goddamn.
Bro, and the thing is, they could suck. But just because Mark Davis doesn't want to look like an idiot, he'll never fire him.
Nope.
He'll never fire him.
The Raiders' image, Gruden's connection with the team.
Yep. CeCe wanted him fired last year. CeCe Sabathia said on the
because he's a Raider fan, right?
CeCe was like, yo, get this motherfucker up out of here, bro. Like, we stuck. Like, draft a quarterback. Like, help me help you. But Davis paid the dude, and there's some, you know what I mean? They ain't gonna just fire him like that. I mean, he should, because that's a smart play, but he ain't gonna do it.
That stadium is sick too, though. That'll be cool when fans could go back there, and even SoFi.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That stadium is dope. The way they built it, very interesting.
Yo,
so I was watching a show about it.
Oh, I love all that, like stadium construction and how it's built.
The geography of it, because you know I'm a nerd with all that stuff.
Listen, all I want to know is where they put the food at.
Oh, I mean, but I have so many ideas of where teams should move and play, but that could be its own show.
We'll be here till tomorrow if you start that argument.
True.
But all right, guys. This was fun. We'll see you guys on Monday. I need to go and recharge the batteries. It's been a hell of a week for me. I had a food poisoning bout that I thought was food poisoning that, yesterday I was done.
Yeah. I was
finished. I was in the corner, like in the fetal position. Like, gotta go to sleep. Yes. But enjoy the game.
Better now.
Hopefully they win for you.
Yes. Thank you.
See, that's love right there. See that shit?
Yep.
Find you a girl like her, because if you do, you'll never go wrong. All right. Good night, kids. This was fun. I gotta go watch some baseball and eat something.